Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're headed to Fayetteville Motorsports Park. We're taking the SS drag racing, and this is actually going to be a full quarter-mile drag strip, which is kind of rare for this area. It's going to be about a 3-hour drive, actually 2.5-hour drive. I've been on the road for a while now, but just under a 3-hour drive, and just go see what this car can put down for some cooler weather quarter-mile times. It is going to be like 65 degrees today, so it's not going to be too hot, and the air density is pretty low. I'll let you guys know what all that is when we get there, but let's head out to the track. Alright guys, it's been about 3 hours and we are almost here. Alright guys, here we are, Fayetteville Motorsports Park.
Here we got Mac versus Craig, NA versus LSA. 120 and 11.4 at 124.
All right, guys, so that was my track footage. Now let's go check out some other cars around the track. Harambe. Alright guys, we're back home with the SS. As you can tell, we had a very successful day of drag racing. I officially have a best time in the full quarter mile. And honestly guys, Fayetteville was a very long drive. I was gone from the house about 12 hours. 6 of those hours I was in the car, so kind of a long haul, but they actually had their drag racing open Saturday instead of Sunday. I think they normally do their test and tune on Sunday. But since Sunday was a holiday, it was Easter Sunday, you know, the track was open on Saturday. That gave me a whole day on Sunday to kind of recover from racing and just being in the car for 6 hours and all that stuff. So that worked out. So going back to Fayetteville on a Sunday, I don't know guys, it's a lot to ask for, you know, considering I have to work on a Monday, and just drag racing is kind of stressful, and being in the car, all that good stuff, worrying about braking stuff, and it just, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, we had really good weather, and the air density was like 222 feet. I actually had a buddy take a snapshot, so I'll include it here. I think, yeah, it was 222 feet. So I think they occasionally see like negative DA there, but 200 feet, it's not bad. But it wasn't 100 degrees out, and it was actually ended up being a really nice day. So really good for drag racing. If I'd gone early in the year, I may have been even to get a better time with lower DA, but you know, I'm not too worried about it. But as you guys saw, I'm finally out of the 12s. I'm officially in the 11s, gone down the quarter mile. This isn't any 8th mile conversion like I did late last year, so I'm finally in the 11s. So my first run was a 11.48 at 122 miles an hour. That was against the Mustang. That guy had a terrible 60 foot. Like I didn't know that was a drag car. That car ran a 9 something at 149 miles an hour or something like that. So, but my 60 foot was a 1.79, which was better than it's been in the past. And the 8th mile was a 7.46 at 97.57. Last fall, in comparison, I ran a 7.7 at 97. So even this 8th mile was a little bit faster with the 7.4, but the mile per hour was about the same. So that was the first run. The second run was a 11.46 at 122. So again, basically 11.4 at 122. And my 60 foot was a 1.76. So the 60 foot got a little bit better. And the 8th mile was a 7.44 at 97. So again, a little bit quicker through the 8th. Mile per hour was pretty much the same. And my last run was actually the fastest, even though I red lit. The 60 foot was again a 1.74. The 8th mile was a 7.38. So yeah, that's my quickest 8th mile. 7.38, and I again trapped at 97.5. So again, like low to mid 7. Actually, it's like 4/10. Yeah, 3/10 faster through the 8th mile, and the quarter ended up being a 11.41 at 124.55. Now I'm going to include a little clip here. as you guys just heard, I let off before the quarter mile. Like, I don't know the exact how many feet it was, but you can clearly see the tack and boost drop before I crossed the quarter mile line. I don't know what happened. I thought I'd gone through the quarter mile and I let off, but that one literally let off right before the quarter mile. So I may have been able to get like a high 11.3 and probably trap a little bit more, because the car was 2 miles per hour faster and I let off. And I didn't realize I did that. I thought I'd gone through the line, but honestly guys, the track, that end wasn't marked very well, and I think I saw the first, there's 2 like boxes at the end in the middle of the track. I think I saw the first box and assumed, oh, well, that's it, and I just cut the throttle, but I don't know. So maybe this car has a little bit more in it going through the full quarter, but 3 runs, all in 11.4s, all in the 122 to 124 mile per hour, makes this car very consistent. So those first 2 runs were pretty much hot lap right back to back, and then I waited a couple hours, ran the 3rd run. I was gonna do more runs, but my buddy in his G8, he sent it and he broke the rear diff on his car. Like, it went, he launched it and it immediately just snapped the rear diff, and I saw that. You know, he's making a lot more horsepower than me. He's got meth kit on his LSA G8 cam tuning, and I mean, he's making, oh, and smaller pulley, so he's probably making like at least 100, 200 more horsepower than I am, and like I was like, nope, I'm good. Plus I had a 3-hour drive to get home, and it was already gonna be really late when I got home, so I was like, all right, I'm done. I saw him brake and I'm like, nope. So I went home. So got 3 runs in, 6 hours driving, kind of a long time, but I went there to prove a point, and that was to see if this car could, in good weather, not when it's 100 degrees outside, run a much better time. And I went from a 12.1 to 11.4. I mean, that's over half a second, and I gained 5 miles per hour in the quarter. As soon as I got that first time slip and I saw the red 11.4, I'm like, holy crap. And the car felt faster going through the whole run. Like, it wasn't bogging, it just went. So that helped prove a point to me that weather really does impact drag racing. I didn't think it had that much effect on it, but with these supercharged cars, they just get hot and they heat soak when it's super hot out. But in the mid 60s, you know, it ran just fine. And I do want to reiterate this, the car is completely unchanged since I had it tuned last year at PCM. Stock, same tune, same header, same intake, exhaust, same pulley, same cam. I have not changed anything, and I did get better burnouts this time, but personally guys, I think I could throttle it harder and let it get hotter faster, you know, like spin it faster, shift it through a gear or 2, and just let it get even hotter. That might help even better, but you know, that just comes with more practice. And the last run that I red lit, this is the 2nd time it's happened. I've tried to brake torque it, and the car just breaks the beams. You guys saw it in my video from Mooresville late last year. I'll have a link in the information card above, to where I gassed it and I did a burnout and then it went. That last run, I brake torqued it a little bit. I'm not saying like more than 1500 RPM, let's say 1000, 1500 RPM, and it just freaking went. So that might be something, stall converter, or I just need to press harder on the brakes. I don't know. I don't have a line lock on the car or a trans brake or any of that. So that might be something we change in the future, but you know, it kind of goes back to that point to where, you know, the car is running great the way it is. I really don't want to mess with it. The times are finally good, and you guys have been seeing all these videos on the Corvette, all of the projects we've been doing that. So I'm going to take that car drag racing. I think what we're going to do for that is I'm going to take it like a local 8th mile, because ZMAX isn't going to open up. They literally might open up in July. It's April. The weather is still not crappy. It's getting warm, but it's not getting hot as hell. So my goal would be to get a Thursday night test and tune with the Corvette and see what it does in the 8th and go from there. So finally guys, we got some good times in the SS. And there will be more SS content in the future, but we still got a few more projects in the Corvette to do, and I know you guys are probably sick of it, but you know, it's just what we're working on. So before I close out the video, don't forget I've got merchandise for sale, T-shirts and hoodies in the link below. The first link to Teespring, second link to my eBay site, and you can pick up stickers and keychains, and that stuff supports drag racing, tires, wheels, projects, all that stuff. So if you guys want to support the channel, that'd be a great way to do that, and I really appreciate your help. So if you guys like the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Thanks and have a great day.